Hey folks, welcome to Market Intraday Analysis by InTheMoneyStocks.com, your leaders in pure technical analysis, avoiding all that Wall Street hype. This video for Friday, May 13th, 2011 is brought to you by Realtik. Alright folks, let's get right into the mix here. We have a ton of things to go over. The market is having a drastic down move, all on the back of a massive move up in the dollar. Now for those of you that are maybe new to these videos, you may not know that the markets move inverse to the dollar. If the dollar moves up, markets go down. If the dollar goes down, markets go up. Want proof in the pudding? Take a look at the move on the UUP today. Look at this soaring higher dollar. I mean, the dollar is just ripping today, folks. And that is, as you can see, the inverse of what the markets are doing. So if the dollar is going up like it is, look at the spiders. The SPY is just cratering to the downside here, especially over the last hour or 2 hours, as we just hit a major double bottom. And again, keep in mind, here's support. Here's support. Look at where the markets are. They're right in the mix. This is major support. I'm going to make a call right now. This is going to be the low of the day, right down here. Anywhere between here and where we currently are. This area is the low of the day from yesterday's lows. All right, again, we can follow them later in the day and see if I'm actually correct, and maybe that's the decision you make, whether or not to join here at InTheMoneyStocks.com, but that's what we're going to do here, all right? Now, again, why do I think that? Well, the dollar, again, is getting a little extended. It's Friday afternoon soon here, and again, that Friday afternoon period probably puts the market in a little bit of a lighter volume sense. If the dollar pulls back a tiny bit, markets should bounce just a little bit. All right, it's been a great trading day in the chat room. I was in this morning, folks. The small caps are moving. One of the stocks that we had here, BSPM, and I gave this in the nightly video last night as well. BSPM skyrocketed on an intraday basis all the way up to $1.92. I gave this at $1.60 a few days ago. For those of you that follow me on Twitter, for those of you that are in the Research Center or in the nightly or in the intraday stock chat, that's what it was. So basically a 32-cent move on this dollar stock lately. And we've noticed a lot of the small caps are moving lately. If we go to the stocks like OXGN, which is a little biotech. Take a look at the move here from basically $2.50 to $6. Take a look at DSCO. It's another nice mover here. Look at this mover over the last couple days from basically a flat line of $1.90 all the way up to almost $3. And you can even look at QTWW, which is a quantum fuel systems. It's an alt energy play. Look at the move on that stock from basically under $2.40 to over $5, over 100% move. So the small caps are moving. That means I'm in play. I'm calling out small caps in the intraday stock chat. I'll be in on Monday morning in the intraday stock chat, giving more small cap trades out as well as large cap scalps on the S&P, the spiders, the dollar, and various other stocks like Apple, Baidu, Google, Exxon, Chevron, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs. All right. Let's go into the charts here. Again, we know what's going on in the market. This is the daily chart. We're not going to hover on that. Those all lines mean something to the Research Center members. Obviously, if you're a Research Center member, you can take that. Remember, free trial. There is a free trial for 1 week you can try. Sign up. If you start today, you have a full week anyway. So it really doesn't matter when you take the free trial, to be honest, because it's 7 days either way. So it doesn't matter. There's always going to be a weekend involved there. So you can take it today and get the information from today. I put out probably about 4 to 5 hot charts and alerts, which is part of the Research Center on trades today in the Research Center. For those of you that are looking for swing trades and investing options, that's already in there. And again, I do encourage you to take that 1 week free trial of the chat or of the Research Center. All right. Now, as we see this little bit of a pivot low, remember, I'm still thinking the market probably bottoms out right here. In fact, it's probably not a bad buy right here to hold to the end of the day. We'll follow that. Notice how initially we opened flat on the day. Why did we open flat on the day? Let's take a look. All right. Well, we'll go back to the dollar. This is the easy way to take a look. Well, we opened flat on the day because the dollar was flat on the day. So the dollar was even. As you can see right here on the open, the dollar closed right here, and this is the first candle. Close was right even with the close, so we were flat. We were even down a little bit on the dollar, but just a shade. And then that's exactly why the markets opened around the flat line. And then as soon as the dollar started to move up, the markets crashed down. We got to bounce back to that double top right there. And then the major move up in the dollar came in. As we take a look here, look at this major move from right here. See this candle right here? See how you're kind of going flat on these candles right here? And then this one right on this one starts to move up like that. Take that time frame. Let's do a little analysis here. Let's draw that in. That's at approximately between 10:30 and 11 o'clock. 10:30 and 11 o'clock. Let's take a look at the spiders. What happened between 10:30 and 11 o'clock? Well, here's 10:30. Let's draw that candle directly up. All right. There's 10:30 and 11 o'clock. And look at the market drop. So 10:30 to 11, market tops out and drops like a rock. So you can see it's literally 100% correlated to how the spiders are moving. That's what it is. bottom line. Well, what's taking a hit today? Well, there's some very interesting stocks. First of all, Yahoo. Take a look at Yahoo. This is one of my favorite guys. I put out an alert here. I'm giving it to you now only to prove how good these alerts in the research center are. Take a look. I gave a buy alert right here. 1597, I posted it. That was at the 200 moving average. It was also an even number play. Yahoo is already up 25 cents. Yahoo is up 25 cents as the market is dropping like a rock. And again, take a look. Beautiful pop. This is where my alert went out to the Research Center subscribers. They all bought, and Yahoo, yeah, right up in the profit zone. So no matter what the market's doing, I really couldn't care less. Up, down, left, sideways, there's always a trade out there. I will give it to my members in the Research Center. And again, all you have to do is try it out by taking that free trial. In any case, good move there. Congratulations to Research Center subscribers and Intraday Chat subscribers right there on Yahoo at the 200 moving average buy at 15.97. You're now up about 25 cents on that trade already. Target is going to be around $16.85 to 90 cents. Okay? So that's what we have right there. Now, I put out some other alerts today. I'm not going to go over them because they're still all in play right around those areas based on where the market is, but they should all turn out to be very, very profitable trades over the next week or so. That's my thought process at least. By the way, what stock or what ETF do I still hold over the last week? I still hold SDS, which is 2 times short the S&P. That means I'm short the overall market, but long individual stocks, and they're both making money. Yahoo, up. I'm long. SDS, which is a short ETF, so if it goes up, that means the market's cratering. I am making money there too. That's what you got to do, guys. Read the charts. It tells you everything. There was a great No Hype Live broadcast last night. Nick was on there, my chief market strategist partner. He went over fib levels. He went over cycle analysis. He went over various charts on the dollar, on the spiders, giving projections. And by the way, that's all included. We're doing 1 to 2 a week No Hype Live broadcast these days, and they're all included in the Research Center. Got to get involved there, folks. All right? It's such an awesome thing. Next, let's go to Goldman Sachs. Now, Goldman Sachs is an interesting play here. Goldman Sachs is dumping out for the second day in a row, although I have to say Goldman Sachs is near a good support area. You have good support right here at gap fill. Take a look at that line. You're piercing it. You also have another little pivot low right down here. This area is going to be huge support. Very, very good support on Goldman anywhere in this range. If it gets through that, obviously you have 130 as your next level. But either way, very good support. I think Goldman Sachs is due for a bounce in the near term. We'll have to watch and see how that plays out. JP Morgan is taking a little bit of a hit today. I think JP Morgan is heading for this level. JP Morgan 200 moving average. That's your next spot on that. All right, so watch that closely, folks. And again, I do believe that that is where it's heading. Be ready for that on JP Morgan. ExxonMobil was positive today. It's only down 25 cents. If we go to the intraday chart here, you can see it's even bouncing here. Exxon, let's take a look at Chevron. Chevron is down 80 cents, but even that's bouncing a little bit. Not even yet yesterday's lows. Why isn't Chevron doing that poorly? Why isn't Exxon doing that poorly? Well, the USO is not really taking that much of a hit. USO took a hit earlier in the week, but it's actually doing all right. Considering how much the dollar is up, commodities are not really dropping that much. In fact, the SLV is up on the day. And this is, again, a little counterintuitive because you would assume the SLV would be down based on how strong the dollar is today. They're not the case. You are seeing money still flowing into commodities today, even regardless of the dollar surge. The dollar is surging against the euro. And again, for those of you that know, guess what? 1 week ago today, actually a week and a half ago today, we picked up the dollar on the long side, saying the dollar would make a bottom and start to reverse to the upside. Let's go to the daily chart of the dollar here. Right here, folks. Let me zoom in. We'll erase some of these lines. As you know, I've been giving analysis nonstop over the last couple weeks here. This was my level that I bought the dollar at. This is the UUT on my real tick charts, by the way. This is actually the dollar ETF. I bought the UUP right here, saying it was going to be a bottom in the dollar. Look at that. I mean, this has been one of the bigger moves. I think next week the dollar probably stalls out and pulls back a little bit, but it's an impressive move. You have a little bit of a pivot top here. See this little pivot top right here? Look at how that matches up with today's high. Dollar's actually pulling back as we speak, guys. And want to go to the spiders? Let's take a look at the spiders. What the heck? All right, guys. What did I just say before? I said this is going to be the area of the bottom on the markets for the day. Markets are advancing to the upside. That's what it's all about right there. Finding out, understanding the market in all little avenues. And again, if you're a hedge fund out there, if you're an institution, if you're an individual, it doesn't matter. Come get the information from us. Be the first to make the money at the levels that you need to make it at. All right, look at the spiders go here, folks. Major bounce. Not surprising at all. And again, I can erase some of these lines because it's so crazy on the charts right now. This is a fun day, though. For a Friday, this is great action. This is what I crave. All right, and again, Fridays usually by the end of the week you have that slowing effect, and I think this afternoon you will get slower as well. But it's still great volume. I mean, 87 million already. As we're granted we're at 12:30 p.m. Eastern time at this point, but on a Friday usually only about 50, 60 million on the SPY at this point. And again, I think the bottom is in on the markets for the day. I think you're going to float neutral to sideways to up the rest of the day. I think you probably cut the loss in a quarter off of this drop right now, if not a little bit more, maybe all the way back up. I think we could probably get to this area. This looks like where the first major resistance will be on the markets on the SPY on the upside. All right, so again, we'll keep track of things here and we'll see exactly what happens, but that's looking more and more interesting to me. I concur. Let's see what else we have here, if there's anything else of interest. Scanning through my watch list. I mean, you just have a plethora of things getting hit today. Google, Baidu, the Chinese internet stocks off that Alibaba news with Yahoo are getting hit. Sohu, take a look, down 72 cents, although that's come back. Sina taking a hit, down $7 essentially. Although nice little double bottom. Look at that nice little double bottom. There's actually maybe a longer term bottom on it based on what I'm seeing on the daily chart too. If we flip over to the daily chart, I like that it pierced the 50, but it never confirmed. And we'll watch to see what happens on Monday, whether or not it confirms. Let's take a look at Baidu, BIDU. Again, it hasn't confirmed below the 50 yet, but that is an ugly candle breaking down here. Your major support on Baidu is probably around this area, 125, I'm guessing. Yeah, 125 looks to be a decent level of support right there. Other stocks that look like they may have broken down, depending on where Halliburton closes today, it may be a breakdown or it may not be. How do we know? Well, just draw a trend line right here. This is pure and simple trend line analysis. We teach this stuff. There's your first close below. You never confirmed it on your next candle. Today may confirm it. If you close below 46, you confirm. If you don't, then you do not confirm, and this could go back up. So be aware of that, folks. Halliburton is kind of in a mixed level here. We're watching very closely to see if the downward move breakdown has confirmed or not. Otherwise, it could just be a bearish pattern formation, and it may not break down for a little while. IBM's down $2.25. Hewlett-Packard's down nice today. First Solar, which had a big day yesterday, is dropping. But again, I think the standout call here today in the research center to my guys is clear and simple right here. Look at this move on Yahoo off the support. What a blast-off move. And this is what, again, this is what you have to be doing, folks. If you're not managing your investments on a swing trade basis, you're not doing anything right. And the reason I say that is because 10 years ago, if you invested for the last 10 years, you've made no money. In fact, you've lost money. If you're just long the markets, you're basically neutral, and you've probably lost money based on inflation. If you're active, you literally can make, a good swing trader will make over 100% a year. And again, that's blowing away hedge funds. Hedge funds, they don't know how to do it either. They're better than the average person, don't get me wrong. They're much, much better. But if you do this right, you should be making over 100% a year in your portfolio off of swing trades. All right, guys? That's what it's all about. Have a great afternoon, great evening. Enjoy the weekend. And join the Research Center. Join the Intraday Stock Chat. Take your free trial now.